In my last video, I have described Alberta as the easiest province to get PR in Canada. In this video, I am going to discuss the disadvantages of moving immigrants to Canada. First, let's see the current immigration updates from the Canadian government for 2024. In Budget 2024, the Canadian government proposes new changes that could speed up the deportation of denied refugee seekers. The main reason for this may be that recently, refugee applications from international students have increased by almost 1,500%. Number 2, Canada Startup Visa Program for talented entrepreneurs. If you have a potential innovative business ideas and feel that you can contribute to the Canadian economy and create jobs, no need significant amounts of money as long as they can cover the initial expenses. No age limit or no need a job offer for this program. Number 3, PR locations have been changed. Healthcare-related professions have been prioritized in the latest PR allocations, increasing from 30% to 45% of available positions, including doctors, nurses, pharmacists, physiotherapists, medical laboratory technologists to maintain ongoing Canadian healthcare system. Following allocations have also increased. IT sector PR allocations increased from 25% to 30%. Trade occupations like technicians, mechanics, and skilled trade persons like electricians, welders, plumbers, automotive technicians. Transportation sector, truck drivers, heavy vehicle operators, etc. Also agriculture and agri-food sector. Number 4, visitor visa and tourist visa category. Clearer guidelines for visa assessments, addressing root causes for visa rejections. Number 5, Canada removes language testing requirement for provincial nominee program applicants in non-express entry applications with a physical or mental disability that prevents them from creating an express entry profile or applying for PR. Number 6, IRCC introduced efficient system for work permit to confirm the authenticity of job offerings are genuine and prevent fraud and scams. Offer of employment should be from an authorized recruiter who has shown compliance with the federal and provincial laws. IRCC needs the employer's contact information and will confirm whether the employer is legally exists, has an operating business, physical location, and provide stable employment. IRCC will assess the employer's business start date, type of business, number of employees, gross income, principal activity. And also, the person has to explain to IRCC officer details of the job and confirm the employer whether they can provide an employment. Now, let's see the disadvantages of moving to Canada. In the first quarter of 2024, Canada welcomed over 120,000 immigrants to Canada. So, the disadvantages are, number 1, weather. Canada, some cities get very cold in the winter. Winter is technically from December to February, but the cold will usually extend from November to the end of March. Fortunately, the houses, vehicles, workplaces, shopping malls, and all the other places that people live, work, play in Canada are built for the cold. So it is easy to stay comfortable, warm inside. And also, if you are interested in joining snow sports and embracing the cold, then you will find the winters not painful. But if you hate cold winters, this is definitely something to take into consideration when deciding whether or not you should move to Canada. Number 2, high cost of living. The cost of living in Canada has skyrocketed in last few years, but the government supports the lower income people in many ways through child taxes and other benefits. Even though the income may not be compatible with the cost of living in first few years, later you might be able to get a better job and survive with the high cost of living. Number 3, proficiency in English or French can be a barrier to any profession, but the Canadian government provides free English-French classes for new immigrants. Number 4, finding a job can be difficult at the beginning. Fundamentally, different education and training systems in other countries may have comparisons with Canadian credentials. Therefore, your qualification recognition can be difficult in Canada. To increase your chances of getting a job in Canada, you should write a good resume, about 2 pages with a cover letter explaining your relevant and transferable experience. Government agencies provide support for resume writing to new immigrants. There are agencies to help you to find your job opportunities. It is a wise idea to think about getting some kind of Canadian training to match your back home education and experience. Number 5, renting is very expensive. Last few years, housing prices have skyrocketed, so people have started renting a place than buying a house. Also in Canada, you are required to provide your credit history to rent out a property. But unfortunately, Canada does not recognize foreign credit reports. Therefore, it can be difficult to prove that you have good credit before you start building credit in Canada. Number 6, traveling is very expensive in Canada. Canada is a very large country with so much to see. But unfortunately, traveling within Canada can actually be quite expensive. The good news is there are many places that you can access by driving. So if you are moving to Canada with the dream of seeing Canada beauty, make sure you understand this does come at a premium. Number 7, homesickness. Naturally, new immigrants feel homesickness, but it does not define or end your journey there. This is badly affecting the immigrants who come alone to Canada. So, establish a good support system. There are agencies in every province of Canada for your support. Embrace culture diversity. Need to get used to the people from other cultures. Stay connected with home. Keep a strong connection with the back home people. Explore your local community. Engage in community activities, etc. Focus on personal well-being. Try to eat well, do exercise, and enjoy the life. Set realistic expectations. You need to accept the fact that you came to Canada for a better life, and it is essential to adapt to the new environment. No matter all these disadvantages, still people want to move to Canada because it's a very immigrant-friendly country. In my next video, I'm going to talk about the province of Newfoundland. I posted all the related links in the description box for you.